So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
And there really are few places on earth quite like this. The grand cathedral of football that is the Giuseppe Meazza. The action has already started. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that was nowhere near his best. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know.
Chance for a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Gordon, bullish header!
Sporting would very much seem to be growing their confidence here. You can feel it.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And here's Keane. Now it's Madueke. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Jordan Pickford. He's a great all-round goalkeeper, Peter. Great at shot stopping and dominant in his box. He also gets counter-attacks going with his accurate long passes. The opposition should be a little wary of committing too many men forward to attack, because if it does break down, this guy can get them in trouble pretty quickly.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Teat looks to the other side.
Good switch, that.
DiMarco. It's a good run down the left-hand side. That's a throw. Neither side yet able to find the net. Oh, can he get onto this? Acerbi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And it's Arda Güler. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Cruzeiro clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And a chance! And he's straight offside. Timber. They get a throw in. Cruzeiro look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Hernandez. And here's Madueke. Nicely weighted ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Played into the box. Goal! Cruzeiro! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
So the first moment of real significance.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Dembele chasing after it. Oh, that's well spotted. Looking for options for movement. Al-Musrati. Trippier pokes it out wide. Paredes. And here's Madueke. Dembele. Güler. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Gordon. And here's Madueke. This looks promising. Oh, what a mistake! Al-Musrati works it forward. Well read, nice interception. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. DiMarco. That is ended up in no man's land. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
And here's Madueke. DiMarco.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Here we go again then.
Sporting can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Mendy. Ndika. That's been cut out, well played.
Dembele really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Well, they've got it again. Keane. It's Trippier. Al-Musrati. And it's Arda Güler. And here's Keane. Finds himself unceremoniously floored. Cruzeiro with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And the keeper beats it away. Henderson. And now a sudden chance to counter. That has been cut short. Cruzeiro are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan. They've got to make this nice and quick.
Now it's Mbappe. He's shifting through the gears here. And he's picked it up out wide. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
It's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And it's Dembele. Dembele stood his ground strongly. Dembele. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Now it's Gordon. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Pass somewhat off target. Oh, there's a probing ball.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Stones. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
And it's Musrati. To Henderson. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. That's a little off target. Mendy has been caught there, it's a foul.
Sostituzione per lo Sporting. Numero 9.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Numero 20. Lasciano il campo per il numero 24, il numero 11, il numero 21. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Tries to play it through. Great vision. And he was alert to it.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Oh, Red, nice interception. And here's Budimir. Can he get it through? Cruzeiro needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Nice bit of trickery. No way through, so... And the shot! Lucas Paqueta. And he's had a hit! Oh, that could cost them.
Oh, what a moment for him, Peter. He'll be losing sleep over that one tonight.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Cruzeiro making consecutive changes here. Sporting are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves. Cruzeiro nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Now it's Budimir, has a look and plays it forward. Knocks it into space, and it's been played through. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
2 minutes to be added on. It's made its way to him. Foot in. And he can clear it away. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And that's that. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. Your final thoughts, Jim?
It's just a bad day at the office, Peter. They look below par in all areas, and it has to be cause for genuine worry.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Caceres cuts out the pass. He's a sharp little ball here.
Well, when you say Brazilian fullback, there's only one man, isn't there?
There've been a couple, Jim, haven't there? But I guess you mean Roberto Carlos.
I do, and probably the first of the current crop of fullbacks who played as a withdrawn winger.
And he's had some wow moments along the way.
He excels.
And he welcomes it in. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Hernes, and he's intervened well there. Belletti. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Looking to play him in. Mbappe gets into a good position. Roberto Carlos with the clearance.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Goes looking wide. Bullet.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations. Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Vinicius Junior. He's picked his way through. Batistuta! Oh, he has leathered that.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
Mbappe does really well to win the ball there. And they're quick to press. Nicked it back promptly. Now that looks a decent ball. Kaká. It is a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Lahm getting this one clear. And now they can spring out of defence. And he's picked out the run.
Messi really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Vinicius Junior. Oh, that was vital. Distributed tidily. Now it's Ibrahimovic. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And it's Hullet. Messi. Ball's gone out of play. Now it's Mbappe. Kaká. Mbappe. 30 minutes gone. In towards the terrific header. Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required. That's alert and sharp and very well played.
And it's Kaká. Looking tidy in possession here. Shoots! Messi. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Messi looking to run onto it. It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, that is rather wayward.
They're probably getting frustrated by the lack of chances, I suppose.
Vinicius Junior. And a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Oh, that's a key interception. Gullit is always looking to break lines. Half-time getting close now. Aimed beyond the defence. He's onside! And he welcomes... Honest! And that's caused a worry or two. Belletti. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ibrahimovic. And here's Drogba. Caceres gets across to intercept that. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And the first half is done. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0.
Uniquement dans les parkings prévus les jours de match. Merci de votre compréhension.
So off we go once more. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Batistuta showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, well played. Rodri. Vieira concedes a free kick for that. And he's going to have his name taken. He's not got that quite right. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Vinicius Junior. Nicely weighted ball. That is a brilliant interception. Drogba knocks it into space. Vinicius Junior. And here's Batistuta. Great defending, strong and determined. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Vinicius Junior. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. He's in plenty of space here. Czech claims it without any fuss.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Rodri cuts it out. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made...
Takes a shot! Lacking in accuracy.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Changement. Le numéro 20. Ibrahimovic.
Red Star can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Messi. À leur place, le numéro 16. Le numéro 11.
No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Kaka plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Vinicius Junior. Gullit. Drogba. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Belletti. Mbappe. Big chance! He scores! First blood drawn. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So we have our breakthrough.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Not much subtlety about that challenge. Now he's got space here.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Rijkaard with the clearance. Now it's Bale. He's found a way through. Hangs one in. Howson can get it clear. And it's Roberto Carlos.
Red Star really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Played into the middle. Howson getting this one clear. Bout of passing. Decent chance! Loose ball now, and there's a... Oh, he's been caught on it here! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Red Star really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Changement.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Drogba. À leur place, le numéro 5, le numéro 17. Changement.
Sané. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Sané with the foul. No, not quite on the same wavelength. And here's Bale, looking for options for movement. And Batistuta! Should have equalised.
Batistuta was already celebrating in his head and probably still can't process how the keeper denied him. What a stop.
Batistuta, and it's been played through. Oh, that's fabulous. Now, can he find a finish? That's gone all the way through to the keeper.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Referee's given a throw. And it's Roberto Carlos. Foot in. It's a promising run he's making on the right.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Cruyff. Roberto Carlos, very much a man of this moment. Vieira spots it and intercepts. Cruyff. Rummenigge.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
And that is that. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Kaka picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, this game looked to have 0-0 written all over it, but credit to them, they upped their game in the end, and I thought they got what they deserved.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary. He's going for goal! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
And they're on him in a flash. Lahm getting this one clear. Pelé. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Pelé! Pelé! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught napping! Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Played into space. He's picked his way through. Crosses it in here. Cech claims it without any fuss.
The Dutch introduced total football to the world, and in many ways, Ruud Gullit is the perfect example.
Well, he really could play in any position.
Yes, he started as a sweeper and showed that he could play anywhere in midfield and indeed up front. Big, strong and absolutely gifted.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And here's Batistuta. Vinicius Junior tries a shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Vinicius Junior really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Hoeneß clears it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Out towards the flank. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Tries to cross. That's a good cross in, and a good clearance out. Corner number 2 then. Cech breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Vieira. And he's been shifted off it. Vieira demonstrating his defensive quality there. Kaká puts his foot on the gas. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul. And he is going into that little black book.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
He'll fancy himself from here.
He's got to have a go at this, and it looks straightforward.
Kaká! Corner number 3 coming up. Vinicius Junior! Red Star are looking to go forward now. Nil-nil still. No lack of chances, though.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
And here's Messi. Baresi wins the duel this time. Kaká can see things others simply cannot. Mbappe gets into a good position. Red Star look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they
climbs up big! There it is! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Vinicius Junior, and this is Batistuta. It's come to nothing. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And Batistuta! It's bounced back off the post. Danger averted for now. Belletti. Mbappe receives it in a good position here.
That's good defensive concentration.
Taken back almost at once. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Corner number 4 coming up here. Red Star have the chance to go the other way. That pass has been well intercepted. Oh, that's clever. Ernest.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Oh, that's a key interception. That's a throw. And here's Roberto Carlos. Baresi getting this one clear. Vinicius Junior has found the net here, of course. Now, can they get him away? And the ball is out of play. It's a throw-in. Belletti. Kaká, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Now it's Del Piero. Applies the finish! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we hit half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. How would you review the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter, be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And the second half gets underway.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Nicely weighted ball. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Chance here to counter. Messi. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Keeper is right behind it.
The moans and groans are predictable. He felt compelled to try.
Belletti. Batistuta chasing after it. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Del Piero. Vinicius Junior. And the counter is on. And it's Batistuta. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. That's been cut out, well played. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Mbappe! That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And Batistuta! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Vinicius Junior. Now he's got space here. No luck with that dink over the top. Could move up a gear here. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
And the finish! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And he's there to clear it.
Red Star really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Oh, shooting chance!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Vinicius Junior. And here's Batistuta. He can run onto that. And he was quick to react. That's a sharp pass. Red Star looking to pass their way through. And it's Vieira. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Lahm is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Howson spots it and intercepts. Tries to play it through. Mbappe picks it up out wide. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's shifting through the gears. Big chance! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Batistuta has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Changement. Le numéro 4.
They're up to 5 corners
le
now.
10. Le numéro 15. Messi. Le numéro 7. À leur place, le numéro 9. Le numéro 20. Ibrahimovic. Le numéro 11.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Le numéro 5.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Nice interception, well timed.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. The corner count is rising. That's 6. That's the keeper's ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Belletti. Sané.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Sané has it out wide and in space. Now it's Mbappe. Maldini deals with that comfortably. Sané! Oh, what about that? And that has raised the roof! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Le numéro 4.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Lahm is one whose deliveries we all know about. We are into stoppage time. And the pass is intercepted. Oh, easy pickings there. Vieira. And this is Ibrahimovic. Can he get it through? Caceres. It's a pretty loose pass. Lovely ball and a real chance now. And that will be it. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Thrilling, nail-biting, perhaps frustrating until the very end, but we do have a winner.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off handsomely to squeeze the win out of a draw. Sometimes it comes down to grit and desire and the stubbornness to keep plugging away, and this has been great staying power.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.